What do you think? You think we're going to get print run numbers from Monarch? Let's chat about what they could be, even though we're probably not going to get them. Well, hey everyone, welcome back to KitchenTableTCG. I hope that you're having yourself a wonderful day. We just did a Monarch update. We're getting ready for Tales of Aria. Around this time last set, around this time when Monarch was released, we got the Crucible of War, WTR, Welcome to Wraith, and Arcane Rising print numbers. We were expecting to get the Welcome to Wraith and Arcane Rising print numbers. We were not expecting to get the Crucible War print numbers. Those print numbers are as follows. We had in WTR, there was like 16,660 boxes, something like that. Arcane Rising was the same amount, 16,600 some boxes. And then Crucible of War was 37,500 boxes. Now, we do not know what the print run for Monarch is. This video is complete speculation. It is complete nonsense. It doesn't mean anything because we don't know what the official numbers are. I want to talk about some of the things I've said, and I want to talk about some of the things that I think will happen, and I want to talk about what they could mean for the market. This is going to be just a fun video. My intentions here are just to throw out some ideas so that I can see how they react to, or how the market handles it if those things do happen, and what happens and if I was right or if I was wrong. I'm curious. Am I going to be right or am I going to be wrong? This is what content creators do. We document our thoughts and then we criticize our own thoughts later on. So here's the thing. I have already said, and I still think I fully believe this, that the Monarch print numbers were about 45,000 boxes. Here is why I said that. Back then, we had no clue what was going on. The market had grown rapidly. Crucible of War went from, when they would have been printing Monarch, Crucible of War went from a $200 box to a $600, $700 box almost overnight. We had a crazy market reaction, and I said that I do not think that Monarch had the opportunity, I do not think that Legend Story Studios had the opportunity to print more boxes to get the demand. And I think that that's why they rushed Unlimited to get Unlimited here. Now, what happened, I really believe, is that we had, I think I already said it, 45,000 boxes. That is my guess, up to about 45,000 boxes. Because there was also a conversation on Alpha Investments, Rudy from Alpha Investments, that was talking about, was Crucible ever even meant to be printed? And my theory was, no. I think the theory generally was no, Crucible wasn't meant to have an Unlimited set. That's why we just got the Unlimited Crucible set. And the idea was they printed Crucible twice as many boxes, anticipating that they wouldn't be doing an Unlimited set. It would just be an auxiliary set, supplemental set. They wouldn't need it. And then craziness happened, and then they decided to do an Unlimited print run. And so that 3,700 or that 3,750 number, 37,500 boxes for Crucible was inflated, and that when they went to do Monarch, they would have around doubled what they did for Arcane Rising and for WTR, and maybe added some on top of that as a result of Crucible of War selling out so fast. Knowing that they had the Unlimited version for the players, I really felt and I really believed that the print run would be 45,000 boxes. That seemed like a number that could be there. I would say anywhere from 40,000 to 60,000 boxes would be my range that Monarch print run was. So that's what I've said. Now we're 4 minutes into the video. I've told you the history of what I've said. Now I want to talk about things now because everything is different. Recently, we've had some knowledge come out. Recently, we've had some information come out. And recently, we've been through this Monarch storm where we have seen the box prices go from $600 a box and crater down to now the $250, $265, $255 that they are now. So here are my thoughts. Either one of two things happen. Either there are like 100,000, 120,000 boxes of Monarch First Edition, or the market reaction to Monarch First Edition wasn't fantastic. And I think there's a lot to say here. I think that a lot of things happen. Number one, we had a hard downturn in the market and had a hard impact to a lot of people going from collecting and experiencing this game as a collectible, experiencing this game online, to now we had the road to nationals and we had the Vegas announcement. We had the calling. Sorry, I know there's more callings in Vegas. I'm just really excited for Vegas. So I think, personally, I think what happened is we had 45,000 boxes. And the market reacted poorly to the idea that they wanted to sell boxes. Poorly is a strong word. The market reacted differently. A lot of people bought boxes and they said, oh man, I could sell these to go fund other things or to play in Road to Nationals or fund a new deck. Monarch, I think, was a huge success. Like, I don't buy I've heard people say Monarch wasn't any good and that's why first edition boxes aren't worth anything. I think that's silly. And I think that's ignoring the players. I think that's ignoring the meta. I think that's ignoring I think it's dumb. I don't agree with it. I liked Monarch. I think most people like Monarch. The only thing I would say negatively about Monarch is that it's not the easiest set to learn. There's a lot of different mechanics. There's a lot of different things going on. As a new player, I think it would have been hard to get involved in it. Even as an existing player, there's a lot of stuff going on in it. It's a very complex set. That being said, like, it is affecting the meta. It was a successful set and it didn't break the game. One of the things we were worried about was, will Monarch break Flesh and Blood? And it did not do that. So Monarch was a success. The question now is, why are boxes not growing in value? If there were only 45,000 boxes, right, then why are they not similar price to Crucible of War? Why are they not similar price to WTR? Or why aren't they half the price or a quarter of the price of a WTR or Arcane box? And I think one of the things to say, maybe the print run was bigger. That's the easiest solution. I still am not there. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still not there. I don't see the logic in printing 100,000 boxes and then also printing 1 million boxes of unlimited. I don't think that that's what would have happened. I don't think they could have gotten the printer space to do that in the amount of time that needed it. I will 100% take ownership of this if I'm wrong. I do not think 100,000 boxes. I don't think more than 60,000 boxes. I'm still team 45 to 60,000 boxes. And if that's the case, I think you got to figure out, why is the market not growing? And I think the reason that the market is not growing for Monarch First Edition is because so many of us kept sealed boxes and sealed cases. I did too. I have sealed cases of Monarch. Of course I do, right? Like, of course we do. We all do. And I think that a lot of people, we didn't have this jump in where a lot of people ripped open. I know, don't get me wrong, we all opened a lot of boxes. I opened up, what did I open up? 65 boxes and I didn't pull a library. A lot of people kept sealed boxes, and that is kind of stifling for WTR, for Arcane Rising, and for Crucible, you had a window of time where the boxes weren't worth a lot of money, and so tons of them got ripped open. Tons of them got opened. The boxes weren't worth money. It was just a way to play the game. So tons of boxes got open. And as a result, the price then spiked and kind of stayed there. And then we had a spike and we've dipped back down. But the price kind of has stayed in this hyperinflated rate because there's just not that many boxes around. Meanwhile, Monarch, let's say it's double the print run in the first place, and let's say that almost everyone kept boxes sealed, because I think that's true. And maybe you can tell me in the comment section but you're probably alone, honestly. I think most people most people kept a chunk of their purchases. If they bought a case, if they bought 2 cases, they kept 1 case sealed and they opened a case. That's what I did. I opened up half of the boxes that I bought from Channel Fireball and from all the things. I didn't even have a store back then. Well, I kept half the boxes that I bought and I kept them sealed, and I opened up half the boxes that I bought. So I think that that's a huge issue with the increased run of Monarch. Now, you could convince me 100,000 boxes. You could have a conversation with me and I would lead that being like, yeah, you're probably right. I still don't think that's the case. If there was 100,000 boxes of Monarch, it makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense with what the market is doing. And then the question is, how many boxes of Monarch Unlimited? Because 100,000 boxes of Monarch First Edition is a lot. That's a lot of boxes. That is a metric ton of boxes. And think about the amount of money that was flushing around when boxes were $500, $600. That's why I don't see it. I just don't see 100,000 boxes because the boxes were so expensive off the bat. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Here's the last thought. This is my last concern. If it's 100,000 boxes of Monarch, how many boxes of Tales? Because when they were printing Monarch, the player base was smaller. It was a lot smaller. I would say that the player base has at least doubled since the release of Monarch. James White said recently in an interview, 200,000 players of Flesh and Blood. I do not think there were 200,000 players. I don't think there were 100,000 players of Flesh and Blood prior to Monarch. Monarch was a massive success, a massive marketing success for the game, and I think it brought a lot of players in. Again, I wish that it was an easier set to learn. I think that would have made it easier for players to hop in. I think Tales of Aria is shaping out to be a very easy set for people to learn. As we start seeing like the main mechanic, it's fused and you're just revealing a card. It's kind of cool. It's whatever. So if this is the issue with 100,000 boxes, if there were 100,000 boxes of Monarch printed, whew, I mean, you've got to, I would say if there were 100,000 boxes of Monarch printed, we have a 400,000 print run of Tales of Aria. That's where I don't see these things lining up. That's where I don't think that this is, I just don't think, because of the player base and the amount of printers, they've got 3 printers online now. I just don't think that we are in this world that 100,000 boxes was Monarch, and now we're going to see this huge increase. So I'm super excited to see if we get an announcement from LSS with the print run numbers for Monarch. I don't think we will, honestly. I think it will. I think that what we will see happen is print run announcements in sets. So I really believe, sorry, not in sets. I'm going to call them blocks. LSS doesn't call them, but that's what Magic the Gathering did. You had WTR, Arcane Rising, and Crucible, and I'm going to call that one block, and you had your supplementary set included in those. And then I'm going to say that how this goes is that we get Monarch, Tales, and then another supplementary set that include those 3. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just spitballing here. And that we will get the print run numbers like next year as that wraps up. So I just wanted to toss around some ideas. I'm curious what you have to say in the comment section. What do you think the print run is? Is it 45,000? Is it 60,000? Is it 100,000? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here and giving you my opinions based on the history of the game. Because a lot of people weren't here, and a lot of people don't remember the question mark for Monarch. A lot of people thought, dude, we're going to get like, a lot of people thought there were going to be so few boxes of Monarch. I still think 100,000 is too much. So hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We will see you again tomorrow for more videos. I've got my spoiler card going out tomorrow on Tuesday. I think it's gonna be 8 p.m. And then we will hop in and have a big week of content coming up. Hope you have yourself a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you.